This is the weekly set review of Monday Night Raw. They kicked off the show with the Women's World Champion, Rhea Bloody Ripley. And she's been champion for quite a while, but she comes out in a sling. And I don't know if you had the internet. Before this Raw, it was all going all over the place that Rhea Ripley was apparently injured and she might have to relinquish her title or vacate it. And she pretty much stated that the internet's been talking about that everybody probably knows about it. And she was super upset that she's injured, and then she announced that she does have to vacate the title. She laid it out in the middle of the ring. She said how sad she is, obviously, and then she had a 380-day reign, but she said she'll be coming back stronger than ever and everything. And she pretty much blamed Liv Morgan for it, because Liv Morgan was the person that accidentally injured her, not on purpose, but in the character version, yes. And then Liv Morgan music hits, and then Rhea screaming at her, come face to face with me, come face to face, and there's a million security guards breaking them up, and Liv Morgan's pretty much making the face of good, crying with her hands and everything, and, messing with Rhea Ripley. So pretty much when Rhea Ripley comes back, she's definitely coming after Liv Morgan. But very sad to see this amazing reign of Rhea Ripley end by an injury and having her vacate the title. 380 days, what an insane reign. And then next week they'll be crowning a new women's world champion. Then we had the return of the Celtic Warrior. They tricked us originally with we thought his normal music was playing. Then they returned his old music. I forgot what it's called, but his old music is amazing. It was awesome to see his old music back. Awesome to see Sheamus back, and all the people they're giving Sheamus a hard time for just not being as shredded. You probably have never lifted a weight in your life. For 48 years old, he's better shape than almost every 48-year-old man. He's huge. He's just not as defined. He's big and bulky. If he got down and shredded, he'd look gigantic. He's just really bulky right now. Who knows, maybe he's bulking or something. But no, Sheamus is in great shape. People leave him alone. He's 48 years old, and he just came off from a neck injury. For being 48, just in general, not being injured or anything, amazing shape. And then after coming off a neck injury, he looks amazing. Him and Ivar went one-on-one. Awesome to see Sheamus back in the ring. Great match and everything. I really thought it was going to be a quick match, but Ivar has been building himself up and everything, so it actually ended up being a pretty good match. It was crazy. Sheamus had, forgot what it was called. But it was when he puts you on your back and he goes to the top rope and jumps off and he slams you, pretty much with him landing on top of you. It was insane, him hitting that, and then he ended up hitting a broad kick, 1, 2, 3. Sheamus gets his first win since coming back from an injury, being gone for 8 months. I'm so excited to see Sheamus back. Then Triple H music's hit. Triple H comes out to the ring. There's a podium with a black skirt thing over a title or two, and Adam Pearce is in the ring, and Adam Pearce starts talking about how this new era deserves the tag teams that they're going to carry us into this new era deserves special new titles. And Triple H then reveals the new world tag team champions. So it'll be no longer the Raw Tag Team Champions. It will be the World Tag Team Champions. But before he did this, Triple H asked for the tag team to come out, the Raw Tag Team Champions. Awesome. Truth, they come out. They're standing there. They're getting acknowledged and everything, and put over by Triple H. And Triple H reveals it. R-Truth starts screaming like a little kid. He was so excited and everything. And then I'm like, okay, so he's just super excited. He got a new title. These new titles look amazing. I'm just using the old world titles. I actually might use the Big Eagle title because they're a circular title. The title looks awesome, but I can't wait to see SmackDown, because I'm assuming SmackDown gets new titles too. But R-Truth was screaming like a little kid, and he gets on the mic and he goes, "You're an amazing magician. I've seen bunnies appear and everything. I've never seen somebody make titles appear." And then Triple H is like, "I'm not a magician. I'm your boss, and I'm just." And then Miz tries to explain to him, no, it's just Triple H revealing our new titles for us. And he goes, wait, I see right through Tommaso Ciampa. You're not Triple H. I'm like, oh my God. R-Truth's calling Triple H Tommaso Ciampa. And then Miz has to explain to him in French, because they're in Montreal, Canada, who mainly speak French. Then R-Truth understands, pretty much just get a pop from the crowd. And they explain to him in French that he has new titles, and he's all excited about their new titles and everything. And Triple H ends up leaving, and then R-Truth and Miz celebrate with their new titles, and they go on commentary, because next up was the number one contender tag titles for the new tag titles, and the new tag champs R-Truth, and Miz. It was DIY, New Day, and the Creed Brothers. Really good match. I really wanted the Creed Brothers to win because I really like the Creed Brothers. I know the New Day have been tag champs a million times. DIY would be cool to see, but I'm not a huge fan of DIY. I know a lot of people like them. I'm not a huge fan of them. I like the Creed Brothers because, one, they're new and young, and they put on amazing matches, but they almost won. But then DIY ended up stealing the win by getting a double knee on Xavier Woods and picking up the victory. 1, 2, 3. DIY are the #1 contenders, and I'm assuming they're gonna be facing Awesome Truth at Backlash for the tag titles, but I could be wrong. Then Andrade went one-on-one with Dominic Mysterio. This match was pretty decent. Before this, Rhea Ripley mommy said goodbye to the Judgment Day and everything, and Dominic Mysterio was like a little kid saying goodbye to his mom. It was hysterical. He's like all upset, but he came out to this ring, putting on a great match, hitting hit a Canadian Destroyer on the outside of the ring on the apron, absolutely wild on Andrade. But these two put on a great match. Andrade ended up picking up the victory with his crazy DDT into like a Twist of Fate move. And then after that, the Judgment Day tried jumping him, and Ricochet came out. It was just JD McDonough and them jumping him, and then Ricochet came out to save Andrade, which was a little interesting, a weird pairing up. I thought it was gonna be like Rey Mysterio or Carlito, because he's like with the LWO right now, so it didn't really make sense doing Ricochet, but whatever. It was kind of cool if they do a tag match with JD McDonough and Dominic, and Andrade and Ricochet. Sign me up. Andrade and Ricochet together, great, that'd be awesome. Then the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes came out to address the WWE Universe, talking about how at Backlash he'll either be facing AJ Styles or LA Knight. He's talking about how AJ Styles and him are the only two in WWE history. Like right now, they're on the main roster to hold the NWA Championship and the WWE Undisputed Championship. Only 2 other people have done that, and they no longer are wrestling. Obviously, it's only AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes, the only main roster guys that have done that. Only 4 people in history have done that. He was talking about that. And then he was talking about how The Rock went online talking about putting over congratulating Cody, and then saying that he's also going to make Cody Rhodes bleed when he returns. And Cody said, if I'm going to bleed this time, I'm going to make you bleed when you return. So they're clearly setting up either at SummerSlam, or there's a lot of rumors that The Rock doesn't want to face Roman Reigns now at WrestleMania 41. He wants to face the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. So it could be that this could be a build until WrestleMania 41, and The Rock maybe returns a little later than we think he is. Whatever. Sign me up whenever The Rock comes back. Cody and Rock probably put on a great match and great promos and everything. It'll be an amazing build-up, just like how WrestleMania 40 was an amazing build-up. But I'm very excited to see LA Knight or AJ Styles face Cody Rhodes. I really want AJ Styles. AJ Styles is one of my favorite, and Cody one of my favorite. It'd be awesome to see these two face each other. They've never faced each other in the whole career. And AJ Styles faced Dusty Rhodes for the NWA Championship. So they totally have a huge story there that they could do. So it'd be really cool to see them face each other for the WWE Championship. But then Cody Rhodes ended up introducing the one and only main event, Jey Uso. And Cody told Jey Uso, I know you're going after the Judgment Day, and there's way more than just one, and you helped me at WrestleMania take on Roman Reigns and defeat him. So I would gladly help you, Jey Uso, take on the Judgment Day with Jey Uso. It's like, no, I got to do this on my own, man. And Cody's like, all right, until we yeet each other again. That was such a corny dad joke, but I thought it was hysterical. When instead of we meet each other again, if we yeet each other again. And then right before that, they shook each other's hands, hugged, and yelled out yeet. And then Cody left. Finn Balor came out because next up was Finn Balor versus Jey Uso. This match was pretty decent. Both great wrestlers putting on a great match. Jey Uso ended up having a spear and then a Samoan splash like always, and picking up the victory over Finn Balor. Then the Judgment Day come out, and Damian Priest holds up the World Heavyweight title above Jey Uso's head, because they'll be facing each other at Backlash for the World Heavyweight title. And then the whole Judgment Day came out chasing Jey Uso and attacking him, but then Jey Uso jumps the barricade, grabs JD McDonough and chucks him into Finn Balor, taking him out. And then Damian Priest gets on the top rope, pointing at Jey Uso, while Jey Uso runs out of the fans and everything, out the arena, outside, going through the concession stands and everything, pushing fans out of the way outside. And he meets, there's Sami Zayn chilling outside, looking up like in the sky and everything. And Jey Uso's like, what are you looking at? And Sami's like, I'm looking at this whole arena. He said 25 years ago, I came here as a kid for my first ever wrestling show. Now I am returning here as a champion. And Sami Zayn had the coolest entrance in WWE Monday Night Raw history, walking through the whole entire arena. Like before he even got to the actual arena part, he was like in the back part where the confessions and everything with the fans, goes through a middle tunnel, and he's coming down the stairs and everything into the crowd, walking everywhere. His music playing, the crowd's all over him. He grabs a fan gave him a Canadian flag. He has it around his shoulders like Rocky with the American flag, and he's just walking around everywhere. It wasn't like he was coming to like the Shield entrance. He was just going everywhere, celebrating with everybody. It was like a 4-minute entrance, just coming out, coming up, jumps, and then it goes to commercial break once he gets to the actual edge of the barricade. But he was just going everywhere, celebrating with everybody. It was so cool. Coming out to his hometown to defend his Intercontinental title. Then Chad Gable came out, and they put on an absolute banger, one hell of a match. I really thought Sammy was going to retain, which he ended up doing. But there's a couple times Chad Gable almost had it. Then Sammy, though, and hitting a haluva kick. 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn wins. He celebrated. He goes over to his wife, hugs his wife, and then as he's hugging his wife, he gets ripped off his wife and gets German suplex. Chad Gable has turned heel. German suplex. Sami Zayn beating the hell out of him outside of the ring, hitting a million German suplexes, like almost like Brock Lesnar, and then gets him on as he's on the top rope. Sammy's like hanging through the ropes, and he's just hitting an ankle lock while Sammy dangles upside down. Chad Gable absolutely torturing Sami Zayn. And apparently when the show went off, there was "F.U. Gable" chants all through arena. It's really cool. I hope they do this with Chad Gable as like a heel, like a Kurt Angle kind of heel, and then have the Creed brothers with him, because I know there's a time period in the Ruthless Aggression era. Kurt Angle was with Shelton Benjamin and one other person. They had a 3 like Olympian group, and they're all heels. That'd be so cool if Chad Gable can do that and be a heel, a brutal heel, and him feuding with Sami Zayn. That'd be awesome. But overall, I thought the Monday Night Raw was decent. There was 2 women's matches that were really boring. But overall, I honestly thought this show was okay. I put it on the short, the 5 out of 10. I'm actually gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Wasn't my favorite. There wasn't much. I mean, like the Javis and Finn Balor match was decent. Sheamus and Ivar's match was decent. Honestly, I thought the tag match was okay. Andrade and Dominic wasn't bad. The main event was amazing. The main event really saved it. Seeing the new tag titles be revealed too was cool, and Sheamus' return was cool. But the main event really saved it. And then honestly, I'm like the starting of the show just made the show really sad, because Rhea Ripley had to vacate her title. So, but overall, the show wasn't terrible. I'm gonna give it a solid 6 out of 10. But this is JW. Make sure to like, subscribe, stay tuned for more wrestling figure content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.